limit will be from r negligible, that is r is nearly towards 0, right? And r maximum, that is r2. So can I say, if I draw that on a regular scale for the dr length, so somewhere here, let's say this will be a dr on a scale of total r. Okay, from 0 to r, this is okay, this is not like this is 0 to r, something like this. Okay, so you are moving from 0 to r. You have to move actually from 0 to r, which is here r2, the bigger circle. So what we will do, let's go to the smaller part here, next part here. Now if I want to represent this on the xy plane, okay, I want to represent this on the xy plane, how will be represented? You know that area is given as 2 pi r into dr of that strip, right? That is basically a smaller strip we have considered, and that strip is basically moved to cover the entire circle, or we can say the area of the entire circle. So this is the length, this is the breadth. Now can I consider this as a function of y and x, or y and r? How? Let's say I'm saying that this is your y and this is your 2 pi and this is your r. Okay, this is not we are considering, right? This is not we are considering, we are only length. For length only we are considering here, for length only. So y is equal to 2 pi r. Can you see that this is the length, this is the equation resembling to y is equal to mx line? So it means it will be a y is equal to x line. So can I say that this is nothing but 2 pi of r? Any confusion up to here, anyone? I'm going from very basic, right? Is there any doubt? Because this is required, that's why. Yes, okay. So let's quickly move on to the next part then. So now whatever the area we have to find out, that will be nothing but the area under this line, okay, area under this line. This line can be extended to any part. Who is it? Satya. Okay, so now but what is the limit? So from here, it's the limit starting from 0. And what about from here, this limit? Let's say we are saying that the capital radius r, for which we have to move, we have to reach here, right? We have to reach here, and this scale is on the r scale. Okay, this is the radius we are assuming here, and here you can say that y axis, which we are assuming here. Okay, so what is the area of this then? This is a triangle, right? This is a triangle you will be getting, right angle triangle, or right angle triangle. So if this is the r here, capital R, what is the length of this part? This will be 2 pi into capital R. So what will be the area then? Area will be nothing but 0 to r, we have to move integral. Okay, and what is the length we are considering? Because we have to find out the area under this line, so we'll consider that line, that is y into dr. What is y here? Y is the length of this strip and dr is the width of that strip. So this is totally nothing but the area. Okay, now just put the value of small y, so that will be 2 pi into small r into dr. When you integrate this, the answer will be pi capital R square. Is that clear? So this is the area of circle we are getting by the strip formation, right? But this is for closed curve. This is a closed curve. It is not necessary that every time you will be getting a closed curve. You can get a open curve also. How the open curve will work? Let's discuss that also. Acha, first one more thing. First of all, If there is any doubt here up to here, anyone, you can ask in this part. Any doubt up to here? You can write in the chat box or you can raise your hand also. No doubts? Okay, okay, good. So let's go for the next then. Next, we will understand the area between the curve and x-axis. Okay, let's write the topic. Area between the curve and the x-axis. Now, earlier we were able to do that because it was a regular geometry. We also knew about the area of circle, right? We already knew about the area of circle. Here we have just proved that. Okay, but no one will ask you that proof. Why? Because it's a regular geometry. The problem arises when this is not a regular geometry. How? Suppose that you have been given a curve like this. Okay, and someone is asking you find the area between the curve and the x-axis. This is the y-axis. This is x-axis. Okay, someone asks you to find out the area under this curve. Area under this curve means what? Acha, first of all, they are not saying under this curve. They are saying between the curve and the x-axis. So first of all, you will take the end points of that curve and project them on the x-axis. And whatever the area will be lying between them, that is actually required here. Okay, that is actually required here. So again, we are going to follow the strip method. So there can be two types of strip, right? Like horizontal strip and vertical strip. So first I am telling you how the vertical strip matter helps, because in this case we are specifically has been asked that area between the curve and the x-axis. So here we will take the always vertical strip, and rectangular strip is the easiest strip because it's a regular geometry. Okay, so let's say this length is nothing but dx. Oh, sorry, width is dx, and this height is y. Now you can you see that if I move this strip from this limit, let's say this is x is equal to a to x is equal to b. If I move this limit, this strip from x is equal to a to x is equal to b, it will cover total area. Yes or no? It will cover total area, right? So therefore, we are going to do the same thing. We are going to do the same thing. So what we are saying, area between, acha, one more thing, can we say that this is the curve? So the equation of this curve will be given by fx, some fx will be given. Okay, so we'll write here the area between the curve y is equal to fx, x-axis, x is equal to a and x is equal to b. What are these? These are the limits. Okay, acha, someone may ask that why you have not considered the horizontal strip. First, I am giving you the basics. Okay, then I will tell you also okay, why we have not used that. First, we will understand both the kind of strips to find out the area. Acha, so here in this case, you will find out the smaller area for this strip. Smaller area for this strip will be written as dA, strip area. Okay, dA, and that will be actually nothing but. So you can see that this. Acha, 1 second. We can have the option here. You can see that this is the lower limit of y. So y lower, right, or y down you can say. Y down you can say. And this is nothing but the upper limit of y. So we can say y up. Okay, why we have written this? Because I'm saying since this is varying from axis, right? This is varying from axis. So this is the lower limit of that length and this is the upper limit of length. And what is the actual length? Upper limit minus lower limit. Getting this point? Okay. So the same thing we are going to do here also. The area is nothing but the length into breadth, right? The length is nothing but y, which will be written as in this way, y up minus y down into The breadth is nothing but dx. Any doubt up to here? Clearly we can say the area, the total area we will be getting by integrating from the limit x is equal to a to x is equal to b. And what about this strip? Basically this is nothing but y into dx. This is the area of the strip, but y can be written as what? Y up minus y down. So therefore x is equal to a to x is equal to b. It will become y up minus y down into dx. That's it. This will give you the area between the uh, x-axis and the curve. Okay. Acha, since you can see the curve fx value is basically above the x-axis, so it means fx is always positive. Fx is always positive now because it is above the x-axis. So if it is above the x-axis, can we say that the lower limit of this strip y down will be 0 because it is lying on the x-axis, and on the x-axis what are the coordinates? 0, sorry, something like let's say x1 comma 0. So y coordinate is always 0 na. So if y coordinate is always 0, so we can say then ki area will become from a to b y up only minus y down will be 0 into dx, and which will be simply nothing but y, sorry, a to b, integral a to b, y up is basically nothing but fx. You can see that we have already written that is fx. Okay, is this clear or no? So final area is a to b fx dx. The vertical strip idea is clear how to follow that. Okay, I'm giving you one question. I'm giving you one question. You will tell me the answer. Let's say this is the area we need to find out, and the limit is here from x is equal to 0 to, let's say this is 2. Okay, and this curve is given as y is equal to y square is equal to 4x. Can you quickly tell me what is the area, this area? What is this area? Again do the same thing, right? Again do the same thing. Take a strip, take a strip. This is the dx length and this is the y length. So again the area will remain same, which is nothing but limit is already given 0 to 2. So y upper minus y lower, or y down we can say, right? Whatever you want to write, and dx is the length. Y upper, y lower will be again 0 because it is lying on the x-axis. This is the x-axis, of course, right? So y down is 0. And what is y up? Y up will be nothing but y function. Okay, because y up is nothing but y is equal to, that is y only. And since y square is given as 4x, so we can say y will become under root of 4x, or we can say 2 under root x. Positive only we require, right? Because it is above the x-axis. So therefore, the answer will be simply y up into dx, and that will be giving you nothing but 0 to 2, 2 under root x dx, and hence you can integrate and put the limits. Is that clear? Any doubt in this part? Yes, quickly tell me, then we'll go for forward. I hope that everything is visible to everyone, right? Okay, good. 8 root, whatever you will be getting, it's up to you, right? It's up to you. Scroll upward. Okay, 1 second. Scroll upward. Okay, write down. Is it? 8 root 2 by 3. Whatever you will be getting, calculation is on your part, right? I have just given a random example to you. A bit more, one second. Okay, quickly. Okay, speed should be a little bit high while you're writing, so that we can cover more. Done? Okay, good. So then let's go for the next part. The problem basically here is that we cannot use any animations, right? It will be purely, I'll be teaching everything, but I will try to as much as diagram in the, try to include as much as diagram in the slide, in the, these, this sheet, so that you'll not feel the problem. Okay, one more question I'm giving you. One more question I'm giving you. Let's try this. The question is area bounded by the curve y is equal to ln x. Acha, one more thing. For this chapter, you must have to learn the graphs of every function that we have discussed in the relation and function chapter. Okay, x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2 and x-axis is. Right? First of all, to solve this, you must know about the graph of ln x, isn't it? And this ln x means what? It is a log natural. Log natural means base is e. You need to find out the area. You must understand how the graph look like. So therefore, let's try to draw the diagram here. Okay, I'll try to use the scale, but it will take more time. Let's forget about it. So I'm drawing here. Till then, you write the domain of the lnx function in the chat box. Those who remember quickly. So y is equal to lnx function was like this, if you remember. Reverse of e to the power x function. Okay. Now the question is saying that x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2 also included. Acha, what was this point? This point was already, we know, x is equal to 1. That means the lower limit is this one. And the upper limit, basically lower limit is coinciding with this point at which the curve is intersecting the x-axis. And upper limit is x is equal to 2. Let's say somewhere here. Somewhere here, this will be x is equal to 2. Now you must have understood clearly that it is saying y is equal to ln x function, x is equal to 1 to 2, the limit, and the x-axis. So this x-axis has to be included. So the area that is required is this one. Isn't it? The area is required this one. So can't you calculate it quickly? Again, by considering the vertical strip. है ना? So vertical strip, just consider that vertical strip here again. This is dx length, or we can say breadth. Okay, the vertical height will be y, or rather you will write y upper and y minus y lower. Okay, so y up. Achha, y up is nothing but y only. That is equal to given as ln x. Y lower or y down, whatever you say, right? Y lower, y down. Y down will be nothing but, in this case, since it is lying on the x-axis, so it will be 0. Limit is given from x is equal to 1 to x is equal to 2. So therefore, the area will be nothing but limit x is equal to 1 to 2, right? What is the curve? Y up minus y down. Okay, actually now what we say that, actually we write it as like y dx. Okay, but y dx is also coming from where? It is also coming from when you are putting y down as 0. Okay, can you see? Y up is equal to y. So don't just, no, students are just basically, they remember only, right? Ki y dx is always y dx. But actual meaning is this, that y up minus y down into dx. This is the total area for that strip. This is gone to 0. Y up is basically nothing but y. So finally it will become 1 to 2 y into dx. And what is the y here actually? The function ln x. So put that ln x here, 1 to 2 ln x dx. And you must be remembering how do we do the integration of ln x function. Anyone remember the method in the class? Who can tell me? How to do the integration of ln x function? So directly it is not integrable, of course. So we will use the by parts. Sorry, not by parts. Uh, Product rule, right? Product rule. Whatever. I think we integrating by parts exactly. So we will consider one here. Okay, we will consider one here, and we will follow the IIT principle. IIT principle. I means inverse trigo. This is the order in which we have to choose. L means logarithmic. A means algebraic. T means trigonometric. And E means exponential. Okay. So first one is nothing but algebraic function. This is a logarithmic function. So this will be considered as first function, and this will be considered as second function. Okay, according to the sequence. So then just apply by parts and get your answers. Anyone have solved? What is the answer? From 1 to 2. From 1 to 2, ln x function is one second. First will remain as it is. The formula was, let me write here formula. Okay, I am assuming that most of the students have got forgotten the formula, but few students only remember. So the formula was u into v dx. If it is given, it was first as it is, integration of second minus differentiation of first into integration of second, and whole integration also into whole dx. Okay, and apply the limits also. If it is a to b, apply the limit. While applying the limit, you will have to apply the limit on both the functions after integrating, right? This is the basic difference in here. So let's apply here. So first as it is, it means ln x remains as it is into integration of 1, and the limit will be from 1 to 2. Okay, actually this limit will be applied to both the parts. So we can say the integration of the first will be nothing but x only, second will be x only, and this will be limit from 1 to 2. Okay, then minus integration from 1 to 2, derivative of the first function, that is d by dx of ln x function, into integration of second function, that is 1 dx and whole dx. So anyone got the answer? No one is, anyone is solving or no? I'm looking for chat box. It is no 0.74 something. All right. Whatever it will be coming, I think from this part you can solve it easily. 1 to 2. You can write the answer in the ln format also, right? 1 to 2. Ln x derivative is 1 by x, and this integration is x only. X and x is gone again. So here, when you put the upper limit, it will become 2 times of ln 2 minus 1 times of ln 1. Ln 1 will be 0. Minus this integration will become x only. So when you do the integration, it will become 2 minus 1. So I think it must be like this. 2 minus 1, that is 1. Is it coming like this? Anyone who has solved? Okay, great, good. So those who are writing, please write quickly. And if you want to scroll the page, just tell me in the chat box. This is the formula. Okay. Shall we go for the next? It should be Ellen. Have we missed something? It can. Acha, one more thing. One more thing. It can be further be solved like this. Okay, because sometimes they generally consider this one as. Sometimes they generally consider this one as. Am I audible? Okay. Sometimes I was saying that sometimes this one can be considered as ln of e to the base e. Yes or no? Right? E to the base e. And this 2 can also be taken in the power. So ln 2 to the power 2 minus ln e to the base e. Sorry, log, not ln. This time you can say log. So it will become log of 4 to the base e minus log of e to the base e. And the final answer will be log log m minus log n. It means log m by n. Okay, sometimes they can ask you in this format also. So don't uh, hesitate. Try to solve as much as you can solve. Okay, because it's in the long terms. That's why it was given like this. Right. Let's go for the next one. Now we are going to discuss about the area between the curve. Acha, same thing will happen. Same thing will happen if a curve is like this. But now this the curve is basically in the negative zone. Okay, and the question is asking area between the curve and the x-axis. Area between the curve and the x-axis. So what you will do? Again, you will plot the extreme points from on the x-axis. Okay, these will be x is equal to a to x is equal to b, and this is nothing but again you will consider the strip. And can you see that this time you will get the same area in magnitude, but the sign will be opposite, isn't it? Sign will be opposite. Why? Because this is y up this time, and this is y down this time. Okay, so simply the area will become what? Again, from a to b, y up minus y down into dx. Y up is already 0 because it is lying on the x-axis. So y coordinate is 0. Y down will be negative. So this time we'll be getting a to b, y down into dx. So y down is nothing but y is equal to fx function, whatever the fx function will be given to you, right? Whatever the curve will be given to you. And the final answer will become simply like this. Okay, so it doesn't mean that area is a negative. Actually, area cannot be represented in the negative terms, right? It is saying that since you are finding out the y value in the negative in the fourth quadrant, so it will be definitely y value will be negative, but the magnitude remains same. So every time when they are asking the area, don't mention the negative sign in the area because area is a scalar quantity in this case. Okay, we have to show them always scalar here. Is that clear? Can you do the question? Next question I'm giving you quickly. Okay, quickly. Just give me the answer for this question. Acha, why I'm drawing this curve? The question is saying the question is saying area between the area between the curve y is equal to cos x function and x axis when x is varying between pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. Okay, let me give you the options also. This time you have to tell me the answer also because options are very easy and question is also easy. Yes, tell me quickly what is the answer. You have your 1 minute. 3. 3. Acha, C option. Any other student? Any other student with three answer or any other answer? Four. Just draw the curve quickly and integrate it. Now, how you are getting the different answers? I just told you. Two. Two. Nidhi is saying two. Chitra is saying two. Yes. Where is Aruna? Aruna, are you in the class? Yes. What's the answer? Tell me. Two. Exactly. Two is the right answer. Chitra has already said. Two is the right answer. Minus two. I said now. Just I said now. Even though you're getting the age as a negative, but you don't have to report it as a negative because it is always positive only. Area in the scalar quantity, right? That's why I have not given the option in the negative case. So y is equal to cos x function. By heart, you have to remember this. Okay. And somewhere here like this. So this point is nothing but pi by 2 because at every multiple of pi by 2 cos function gives you the zero value. This will be 3 pi by 2. So in this zone only we are discussing, right? In this zone only we have to discuss. And so next is saying that y is equal to cos x function and x-axis. Cos x function and x-axis. This is the x-axis. So they are asking this area only. They are asking only this area, isn't it? So why is there a difficulty to find out this? It's a very easy question. Again, you will do the same thing. Consider the strip. Consider the vertical strip here again. You know that y upper will be 0. You know that y lower will be the cos x function. Right? So therefore area will be nothing but from limit 0 to pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. Y upper is nothing but 0 minus y lower is nothing but cos x into dx. Negative sign comes outside. Pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. Cos x integration is nothing but okay, let me write like this first. So cos x integration is sin x only. So sin x to the negative sign outside, and the limit is from pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. Upper limit when you put, what you will be getting, minus 1, and lower limit when you put, you will be getting plus 1. So sine of 3 pi by 2 will give you minus 1. Minus sign is already required here. Sine pi by 2 will also give you 1, and the answer is plus 2. So ultimately it is coming to be positive also, right? They are not, see, ultimately why it is coming, because area is a scalar quantity here which they are considering. Even though if you take it, the answer is coming as negative here, sorry, positive here. Okay, everyone, it is clear. These are some NCERT level questions, right? But after this we will try to do some JEE level question also. But first of all, let's cover the next topic quickly. The next topic, now we will come to the area between the curve and the x-axis again. But when the curve is basically breaking at some point, or we can say curve is intersecting the x-axis at some point. Till now we have discussed all the curves which was above or below the x-axis. But we have not discussed if a curve is like this. So it is having the portion below the x-axis also and above the x-axis also. So this may happen also. So let's discuss that. So we are considering, let's say, we have been given a curve which is like this. And again, you have been given a limit. This is A and this is B. This is x is equal to B, this is x is equal to A. And someone is asking you to find out the area between under this curve and the x-axis. Okay, find out the area between the curve and the x-axis from A to B. So then what you will do? I'm asking you, is it correct to write like this? A to B y fx dx. Okay, let's say this is y is equal to fx function. Is it correct or wrong? Yes. We can't write like this, right? We can't write like this because, exactly, break the limits. Exactly, that we have to do here. So therefore, what we will do, we will consider two different strips here. We will consider one strip for this part, that is from here to here, A to, let's say, this limit is, let's say, C. Okay, but remember that C is basically lying between A and B, right? So this vertical strip will be considered for this, and there is a one more vertical strip that will be considered from C to B, and then bingo, your answer is there. Okay, so the area will become nothing but, I'm writing directly because now you might have understood basic part. So from A to B, what you will write? Up minus y down dx. Achha, first of all, I'm writing this first one. Achha, let's write that completely only. Okay, this will be written one more time. A to B actually will be broken down into the two limits, right? A to B will be broken down into the two limits. So this will be written as A to C first. That will remain same. Y up minus y down into dx plus then C to B y up minus y down. Now looking at the graph, by looking at the graph, you will say कि in this first strip, the y upper is 0. So y upper is 0 from A to C. Okay. And similarly, when you look at this second graph, second strip, for this, the y lower will be 0. The y down will be 0 in this case. Right? So the answer is nothing but from A to C, y down. So y down is where? On the curve. So y down is nothing but y is equal to fx function. So it will become minus of fx into dx plus. Similarly, it will become C to B. In this case, y up is nothing but the function fx dx. That's how you're going to write the answer for this part. Is that clear? A to x intercept, yes. So we have considered Rajit, that we have considered that particular x value as C. Okay, that will be given to you in the question also. Don't worry. If it is not given, how will you find out? If this point is not given, how will you find out? C point is not given. Anyone tell me? Put the y-axis as 0 in the curve equation. Exactly. Or you can say find out critical points, or you can directly say that put the y as 0 in the curve. Whatever the x value will be getting, that is the point. All right. Okay. So let's go to the next portion then. Acha, let me give you one simple question on this also. The question is saying area bounded between the curve. Area bounded between the curve y is equal to x square minus 3x plus 2, x is equal to 0, x is equal to 2, and x-axis is. Options are given here. Options are given here, that is 1 by 2, 3 by 4, 1, and 3 by 2. Achha, how will you draw this function? This is a real part. Do you remember in the quadratic equation chapter? If you remember, okay, purely based on your remembrance, that we have considered this equation by ax square plus bx plus c. And we were saying that if a is positive, it means the parabola is mouth opening upward. right? If A is positive, parabola is mouth opening upward. And if C is positive, then the parabola will intersect the positive y-axis. So can I say that this will be something like this? Acha, why we have drawn this? Why I have drawn these 2 points? Let's check. How do we check? By finding out the d value, discriminant value. It will be b square minus 4ac, that is 9 minus 4 to the 8, that is 1. So if d is coming as greater than equal to 0, so we can say na ki it will have two distinct roots. So if two distinct roots means what? The curve will intersect the x-axis at two distinct points. Let me repeat it again. I'm saying the coefficient of x square in this part is giving you the parabola nature, that whether it is mouth opening upward or mouth opening downward. Okay, and the value of c is giving you that where this parabola will intersect the y-axis. Suppose if it was negative, if it was a negative, it means it would be intersecting the parabola, it would be intersecting the y-axis in the negative portion, somewhere here, somewhere here. So this will be like this then. Okay, so but this is not the case here, but it is positive, so it means it is intersecting the this part. Then we will check that whether it will have two distinct roots or no. So we have checked that, we got one answer as d value, so that means two distinct roots. That's it. This is it. So what are these values actually? What are these values? Anyone can tell me? This is a quadratic equation, huh? Just factorize it quickly and tell me what are the roots. Sir, C is always a x-intercept. No, sir. In this case, basically, C is x-intercept. No. Y-intercept. C is y-intercept. Because when we put x is equal to 0, we will get y is equal to C only, na? Aruna? Okay. So 1 comma 2, exactly. 1 comma 2 will be getting. So this is x is equal to 1 and this is x is equal to 2. And the question is asking that the find the area between the curve and the x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 2. So it means they are asking from 0 to, from 0, x is equal to 0 to 2. So this area is included and this area is included. Now can you solve these easily? Again, there is the same thing, that the limit is breaking. So first you will integrate it from 0 to 1 and then you will integrate it from 1 to 2. Okay? Is it doable? I'm leaving it to you. Okay, good. Sir, in ABC limit C1, sir. Acha, in that case, in that case you are saying C. Yeah, C is basically we are considering, because limits are basically considered on the x-axis on right now. Right now we are considering only vertical strips. Okay, when we will be considering horizontal strip, Aruna, then we will also consider the y intercepts. Okay, but in that case, yes, you are correct. That was the x intercepts only. Okay. What is the answer? One second. Let me check the answer for this. Answer for this is 1. Exactly, 1 is the answer. Okay, so you can take your answer and just check it at your home. Next part. Next part. Okay, let's quickly cover that y-axis also, because that is only the next portion. Let's say this time you are having, let me write the topic name here. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. The topic name will be area between the curve and the y-axis. Area between the curve and the y-axis. Right? Why I'm not getting your answer? Answer is 1. Habibi, answer is 1 for that question. What were the limits from 0 to 1 second? Why it is happening that I'm not getting any sound, pop-up sound for the messages? Someone is asking something. Yes, the limit. 1 second. I think you have not written that. Limit is from 0 to 1 and 1 to 2. 0 to 1 and 1 to 2. Okay. In this case also it will be similar what we have discussed, but the thing is that this time you'll have to cover. Suppose that this is the curve given, and this time they are not asking you the area between the curve and the x-axis. They are asking the area between the curve and the y-axis. So let's say that this is the point, limit points in which we have to answer it, and so this area we have to this area is required here. This area is required. Okay, because this is the y-axis and this is the curve. Curve is given as y is equal to fx function. All right. So then let's say at here the x limit was a. Okay, because we have discussed already. So we are considering that let's say x limit was a and x limit is b for this other point. So can we say if it is a y is equal to fx function, so x at x is equal to a, what is the value of function? You will be getting f of a, and at this point you will be getting f of b, isn't it? Now this time we have to consider the horizontal strip. Horizontal strip. Okay, let's say we are taking this. One question, one student can ask me that, sir, why can't we solve this by the vertical strip? Why can't we solve this by the vertical strip? The answer is we can. Okay, we can solve this by vertical element also. But let me solve first of all the horizontal strip, and then I will solve it by that also. Okay, so can you say that this time there is no up and down, this time the left and right. Okay, so this width will be dy this time because it is along the y-axis, and this length will be x, or we can say simply this is x left and this is x right. So can we say if we move this strip from fa to fb, okay, the limit will be 9, in this case is fa to fb, so area will be nothing but area will be limit from fa to fb, x of right minus x of left into dy. Is that clear? Yes, tell me quickly. Okay, so what is the x right here? What is the x right? X right is a function in this case. Okay, x right is a function in this case, but how do we write the x in terms of x? So in the question they are giving you y is equal to fx function, not x is equal to fy function. So how do you write the x function? Will be inverse of like this. Y is equal to f inverse of y. Sorry, x is equal to f inverse of y. Is that clear? Don't worry, we will do the question and you will understand it later how we are doing it. Okay. Actually, this f inverse, whatever we are writing, f inverse of y, this is actually saying that you have to convert every x in terms of y, whatever the function is given. But this can happen only when y is invertible, sir. Yes. One more thing. Yes, you are correct. Y is invertible. So whatever the area we are finding out, Sujit, here, those all are real functions only. And if they are already function, right, that means they have already came from where? They have already satisfied the condition to become inverse of each other from bijection. Are you getting this point? Because they were bijective already, that's why they have been said. Yes, exactly. So that's why they have been said that these are functions. So these functions are only here which are real functions for which we are finding out the area. So don't worry, that will never come in your way ki they will give you a function which is not invertible, right? Somehow it will be. Okay. So FA to FB. So this time you will be having FA to FB. X right is nothing but in this case is F inverse of Y minus what is the X left value? 0 because it is lying on the Y axis, and on the Y axis X coordinate is 0. So hence this is the final answer for you. Is that clear, everyone? Acha, same thing will happen. Same thing will happen with the vertical also. Let me solve this same example with a vertical strip. Okay, I am drawing the different diagram here so that it can be cleared out from here there. So that was the function given like this. Let's say these are the points. We'll extend it, let's say 10 to 20 minutes. Okay, class, if it is fine for everyone. Let's cover this whole because one class we will have a target to complete the one topic completely. Okay, we'll not left out because we already don't have much time. Sorry, this is not horizontal strip, vertical strip you have to take. Yes. So now let's suppose we have to consider vertical strip in this case. So let's say you are considering this vertical strip, but this vertical strip has a limitation. This vertical strip has a limitation. Okay, this vertical strip has a limitation. It can go from x is equal to a to x is equal to b only, right? Because it cannot go beyond the curve, na? So what should we do then? Then this area has to be calculated separately. Which area? Can you see that green color area? This green color area has to be calculated separately, na? Because this red color area you can easily find out by the strip method. But this green color has to be calculated separately. So now see carefully. At x is equal to a, if this was the value of y is equal to fx function, so this will remain same f of a, and this will remain same f of b. Right? Now I am writing here. So area, the area will become nothing but vertical strip you are considering from a to b, y up minus y down into dx. Achha, what is the value of y up here? What is the value of y up? This value. This value is nothing but y up is nothing but f of b. Yes or no? Y up is nothing but f of b. Sir, we'll have classes daily. It's y lower will not be 0. Yes, exactly. That's why I'm taking this example also, because mostly student will say that directly put that y is lower 0. In this case, the y lower will not be 0. However, y lower will be what? F of x. Okay. So therefore, therefore the area will be a to b y upper. Who has joined now? Nishti. Nishti, you are late. We are just about to finish the class. Okay, next time, Sujit, it's your responsibility. Please add all of them in that group, WhatsApp group. I cannot be on that group due to some reason. Okay, so please add all of them on that group. And whenever I'm sharing the link in the Telegram, share that on that same group also. And only serious students should come in the class. I'm again repeating it so that, because I can see a lot of students have joined in the starting and they have left already. Okay, so this is making a disturbance for you also, for me also. So just write one message for them also. If you are interested, then only come. Then, however, there is no need if you don't want to. Okay, so y up. What is the y up in this case? We have already calculated f of b. What is the y down in this case? That is f of x dx. But let me tell you one thing. Is it correct? Is it the final answer? Is it the final area? Is it the final area or no? No, exactly, right? It is not the final area because we have to add that green color one also. We have to add that green color one also. Exactly. So we have to add this green color area. And how will we write? This is x is equal to a. So this is simply a rectangle. This is simply a rectangle. So just add here area of rectangle. Okay, so you will be getting a to b f of b minus f of x into dx plus area of rectangle will be nothing but what is the length of this x is equal to a minus 0, that is a only, into what is the height of this f of b minus f of a, and that's it. That is your final answer. So can you see that finding out the same area for the same curve by the vertical strip is little bit tedious if the curve is inclined more toward the y-axis. Okay, and if the curve is inclined toward the x-axis, then it is easy to calculate with the sorry, if the curve is inclined toward the y-axis, then we rather consider the horizontal strip as compared to the vertical strip because that will give you the answer in one shot. Okay. Otherwise, you have to consider the two areas here that will make your that will actually increase your time in solving the question. Is that clear? Okay, let's quickly solve one question. Acha, same thing will happen by breaking the limits also, right? I'm assuming that you can do those all things. But first of all, let's consider one question on this y limit. Area bounded by the curve. The question is area bounded by the curve. Area bounded by the curve. Y is equal to x cube. Y is equal to minus 1 and y is equal to 8 and y axis. Options are given. Quickly start drawing the diagram of it and try to solve. Till then, I'm writing the options. Sir, actually, I was in a group of Akash students where their members extended up to 150 students. Can I share the class? That group? No, Harish, don't share this link on that group because this is basically for those students only which have already studied from me. Okay, if they have studied from me, then that's okay. Okay, but don't share in any other group because the class is already a secret for all of the students, and you don't have to mention the group about that mention about the group in the any other group. 45 by 4. Someone is getting 45 by 4. Let me see the answer. Answer is not correct. Answer is not correct. Check it out one more time. Somewhere calculation mistake might be there. So first of all, so you have to draw the diagram. First of all, you have to draw the diagram. Y is equal to x cube. I don't know how many students have remembered that diagram. Achha, if you don't remember the diagram, it's a very simple one, right? Start putting the value of x is equal to minus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, and you will get a trend. You will get a trend like this. Okay, that only we need because actual diagram we don't need now. Actual diagram we don't need. If we know the trend of this diagram, then it is fine for us. Okay. The question, so this is the y is equal to x cube function. Then this is saying the limit y is equal to minus 1. So this is y is equal to minus 1 here. y is equal to 8. Let's say somewhere it is y is equal to 8. So this is fine. This is asking find out the area between this limit from y is equal to minus 1 between this curve and the and the y-axis and between these limits. Okay. So you can see that clearly that this area they are asking. This one and this smaller one also. Isn't it? So can we say, I said, now tell me one thing, which will be easier to take, horizontal or vertical strip? We should take horizontal strip or vertical strip? Vertical strip. Why? If horizontal, why? If vertical, why? So read the question again. It is saying area bounded by the curve y is equal to minus 1, y is equal to 8 and y-axis. So they are asking you the area about the y-axis. Yes, there's a possibility that you can take the vertical strip also. Vertical strip also. But there will be one more task will be increased for you. What is that? You have to find out the limits. Which limit? First limit you already know, that is here x is also 0 and y is also 0. But this limit you have to find out then, isn't it? But in the horizontal strip, if you take, you don't have to find out anything because already the limits are given. Right? So whenever the question is coming, just think about in this way. Which is the best way so that we have to do the less task to solve this question. Okay. Now this is the x left and this is the x right. And you know the limit is already given from 0 to 8. So the area will be nothing but, first of all, it will be 0 to 1, x right minus x left into dy plus the same thing will be done for this second one also. Here also you can take the horizontal strip. Okay, same thing will be done for that also. So I'm writing with the red color. Okay, just focus on that. So it will be from minus 1 to 0, right? Minus 1 to 0. Achha, okay, one second. Actually, it should be written in this sequence. That is, you are coming from minus 1 to 0 first. Okay, and then x right minus x left into dy. Then from 0 to 1, again x right minus x left. Now you tell me in this first portion, x right will be 0 or no? Quickly tell me, x right will be 0? Why, sir, 0 to 1? It's 0 to 8. Oh, sorry. It is 0 to 8, exactly. 0 to 8, correct. My mistake. 0 to 8, yes. Yes, now tell me what the x value. X right is 0 or no? X right is 0. Exactly, why? Because for this strip, as you can see, this is the right portion which is lying on the y-axis. So on the y-axis, the x coordinate is 0, so this is 0. What about the x left? X left is nothing but the curve. Here you will understand how do we write this x left. Basically, x left is nothing but is equal to x. But in the question, they have given y is equal to x cube. So you will try to find out the x value in terms of y. And that will be nothing but y to the power 1 by 3. So that is the x value which you will write here 1 by 3. Okay, is that clear? So this x left value will be nothing but x in terms of y from that given function. So it will be y to the power 1 by 3. Clear? Sir, is for the x axis from x equal to 0. No, this is for y axis. Horizontal strip we have taken, na? Shiva, we have taken horizontal strip. Okay, so this is dy and this is x. Horizontal strip it is there. So what is the answer then? Minus 1 to 0, y to the power, negative sign will be coming, y to the power 1 by 3 dy plus from 0 to 8, x right. Achha, what about x right? X right is already nothing but the same thing. X right will be nothing but x, which will be written by y to the power 1 by 3 again. So it will be 1 y to the power 1 by 3. And what about x left? x left in this case is 0 because it is lying on the y-axis. Okay, just solve that and get your answers. Answer will be for this question is 51/4. That is the correct answer. Those who have got this answer, 51/4. Okay, correct. Those who have got it correct. Yes. So the thing is that you have to practice a lot questions so that you will be able to cover the maximum functions. Okay, so just go for your NCRT first so that you can get the practice and then go for the PYQs. All right. Okay. So then one second. Now this is not question. Now we'll be discussing the area between the curves. Should we stop or just 2 minutes topic is there? Should we cover or stop? You tell me. Just 2 minutes topics and it is done for today's session. Okay, let's do it. Good, good, good. So area between the two curves. Okay, area between the two curves. Suppose that the curve is given like this now. Till now, we have discussed only one single curve which was given in the xy plane. But suppose that the curve is given like this. Two curves are given now. So one curve is like this, let's say, and the other curve is like this. Okay, one second. They're like this. So in this case, you have to find out the area between these two curves. But how will you find out? So let's say if we can take again a vertical strip. If I take an vertical strip, so can you say that this will be your dx length again? Okay, and this is your y upper, and this is your y lower. Of course, these functions are given. Okay, this red color curve is given with the y is equal to fx function, and this green color is given with y is equal to gx function. Okay, and these are your x and y axis as usual. So now they are asking you to find out the area under the curve. So let's say they are giving you the limits also. Let's say this is your x is equal to a, and this is your limit x is equal to b. Okay, they will always be asking you area between a particular limit. Okay, because these two curves are open, right? For open, how will you find out the area? They have to restrict a limit. Then only you can find out the area. Okay, so they are, and one more thing here in this case, since the fx is above the gx, so that means fx is greater than the gx function. So the idea is simple. Idea is simple. What is that? You'll be saying that area. Achha, one second. I think we have first of all, first case will be like this. Both the curves will be above the x-axis. Okay, first case will be like this. Both the curves will be above the x-axis like this. Okay, just draw it carefully, because the case that I have drawn earlier was basically breaking the limits. Okay, once you understood this basic, then you can go for the breaking the limits also. So in this case, this is the dx length and this is the y lower, this is the y upper. So can I say that the area will be nothing but, what is the area required? This is the area required. Let me show you the different color. This is the area required. How will you find out this area? See this carefully. This is the upper curve. First of all, you will find out this total area, and then you will subtract the area which is lying between this lower curve. Isn't it? That's how you'll be getting that curve now. Okay. Y down is gx, y up is fx. So just simply write the formula again. That is from limit a to b, y up minus y down into dx. So again, a to b, y up is nothing but fx function, y low is nothing but gx function. That's it. That is your answer, area. Okay, quickly note it down. Quickly note it down. This is done. Okay, and same thing we will be able to do if these both the curves, if these both the curves, let's say this is case one. Okay, case two will be like this. When both the curve will be below the x-axis. Okay, now I'm assuming that you can easily do that also. Both the curve will be below the x-axis. Okay, same thing you have to do. This is your, let's say, fx function. This is your gx function, and you know that what was that? Negative sign will come. And same thing will happen when they are breaking the limits. Okay, when they are breaking the limits. Is it done? If it is done, then I will give you a question on the JEE Mains that has been asked in the JEE Mains, and then we are done for today. I'll just give you the hint for that question. I'm not going to solve. Scroll up a little bit. 1 second. Is it fine? In this case, can we take any integration x or y? 1 second. In this case, can we take integrand dy or dx according to question? It will be according to the question, but it is better. It is better if the question, as I said, that if the curve is more oriented toward the x-axis, then go for the vertical strip only. If the curve is oriented more toward the y-axis, go for the. So you can see that in this case, one more thing. Let's clear your doubt also. It's a good question. Okay, 1 second. I think someone was writing. Quickly note it down. Then I will discuss this also. Done. Okay, good. So I one student have asked a good question. That sir, why can't we take this? Yes. Suppose suppose if you have taken this like this. Okay, that's how you'll be taking. So will you able to find out the area between these two curves in this case? No. Okay, it is not possible in this case. This is possible on this curve and the x-axis, and the area which is covered by this lower curve. Is it audible now? I don't know why, but that network was lost. Okay, okay. So I was saying earlier, I was saying that this area you already know that, because if you go for the horizontal strip, you will not you will not be able to find out this area between the two curves. Okay, because it is clearly visible that, let me draw it again. It is clearly visible to you that if this is the curve and this is the second curve, then below this curve you will find out this area. But if you consider the horizontal vertical strip, you will have to find out this area, which is not required actually. Okay, but suppose somehow if you have calculated this also, then you have to calculate this also. Because it will be a tedious task by taking the horizontal strip. But in the same way, if this is the curve given, yes, in this case, you have to consider the horizontal strip only. Are you getting the idea? So that's why I said ki if the curve is more oriented toward the y-axis, then you can take the horizontal strip. And if it is more oriented toward the x-axis, then take the vertical strips. Okay. Now I'm giving you one question for your homework, and the question is so it will come by your practice, right? Ki how do we take the horizontal or vertical? Okay, it will come by your practice and the knowledge of drawing the graphs. Options are given. Okay. So take this question. This is a small chapter, sir. Two or three classes it will be done. Two or three classes it will be done. That's why we had, because of course we have to move in a crash course like moment, right? Because we have less time and we have to cover this also. So if anyone have any doubt up to here, you can ask. Otherwise, for today, we can keep it up to here only. Okay then, all clear. Thank you. And I'll be sharing one group. Aruna, limits. Exactly. So limits will be calculated when you will draw the functions. Okay. So when you draw the functions, when you draw the graph, wherever they will intersect, you have to find out the point of intersection. Those will be the limits. Got this point? Hmm. Exactly. Okay then. Bye. And yes, I will be sharing one Google form for your feedback, whether if you want to continue in the same way. Okay, on the group, on the same group, Telegram group, and please write whatever you like it. Okay, so I will be sharing by tomorrow morning. Okay, thank you then. Let's meet in the next class. Bye. Is it 2 by 3? 2 by 3? No, no, it is 1 by 6. Answer is 1 by 6. Yes, answer is 1 by 6. Okay then, bye. Good night.